it's me, Jade, and I am back today with another video, a very special video because it's the first video I have scripted, which is basically not really a script, it's just kind of more like notes for me to follow, because it's gonna be like a movie ranking of all of the Monster High movies, because there's 15. Yeah, there's 15. That's a lot. I didn't watch 2 of them, the last 2, because Welcome to Monster High and Electrified, they literally changed the entire plot of Monster High. I'm not wasting my time with that. Because even Great Scary Reef, the 13th movie, was changing plots, and I wasn't a big fan of that, but I do like the movie, but I won't tell you the ranking now. Anyway, let's get into this ranking of all the Monster High movies. Starting off with number 15, Welcome to Monster High, because it's not actually Welcome to Monster High. It's welcome to Dracula's dad being the creator of Monster High, even though that's not the story. That's not the story of Monster High. If you're a true Monster High stan, you'll know that Monster High was created back like 200 years. So 2014 was the 200th anniversary of Monster High. 1814. So, and like the principal is Headless Miss Horsegood. Isn't that her?
It's actually Headless Headmistress Horsegood. You got that wrong, dumb slut.
I could be wrong. If I'm wrong in editing, I will bitch slap myself. Okay. Now off from 15 to the worst one. We got that out of the way. Second worst one, 14, Electrified. Same reason, follows that same sort of plot line. I didn't watch these 2 movies. Like I said, I didn't watch 2 of the movies. It's Welcome to Monster High, Electrified. Didn't watch these movies. I'm not gonna waste my time with it. I'm pretty sure it follows like a, I don't even know the plot line. I will come in to editing, Jade. I will become editing, Jade, and I will give you a synopsis of this movie because I don't want to write it down right now.
So Electrified is about Claudine opening a salon made for monsters and normies, but it sparks a lot of negative voltage when Monica, who the hell is Monica? That has never been a character. Well, obviously, if I would have watched the movie, I would have known who it was, but I'm not wasting my time with that. So she had something shocking. So yeah, that's the movie.
I want to do that. I have watched 13 Monster High movies in a span of like a week. Okay, on to number 13. Freaky Fusion. Freaky Fusion, I think, is a really cool concept, like the concept of like 2 different fused monsters. I really like that. Is such a cool concept. Like, if they would just executed it better. Like, they just put people that didn't make sense. Like, one of them was like Jennifer and who is Jennifer and like, I don't know, somebody random, and then Claudine and Venus McFlytrap. Like, that didn't make sense. I liked Bonita Femur. Very cool, like character design. That one executed well. I like Nathan's storyline. I like his chemistry with Frankie. Pretty sure Nathan is trans or gay. Pretty sure trans, because I'm pretty sure it's like insinuating that Frankie and him have a relationship in the movie. I could be wrong though. I will correct myself after. this is the beauty of this type of video, because I'm gonna be editing it a lot. Editing it a lot. Editing it a lot. We're continuing on to from 13 to 12. So number 12 is Friday Night Frights. I liked that in this one they tackled misogyny. I thought that was a good topic, but I just didn't like the movie that much. Like, the reason why it's this low, I didn't hate the movie. It's just, it had to be here. It just felt like a filler movie, kinda. But I will say my synopsis of it. Laguna girl bosses the shit out of skating. Claude is a big old butthole. Operetta is an observational girl boss, also non-conformist queen. Because at first she's like, I don't want to join your conformist organization. But then she realizes like, oh, these girls are going against the stereotype. I don't fucking know. Draculaura is a queen. She's like, I'm gonna skate with my girls. I don't know. She just gets all upset. I was like, Claude, you are not gonna tell me what to do. So good for her. Glad he came around though. Good for him. He ended up helping them like to win. Also Rebecca Steam. I really like Rebecca Steam's like storyline, like how spoilers, whoop, 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 spoilers. I spoiled a lot already. If you haven't noticed, this is a movie discussion thing. Rebecca Steam's storyline of like Gulia picking up all the pieces on the track because the gargoyles like smashed her to bits because they were known for cheating. So yeah, good for her to be put back together by Miss Gulia. Love her. Also, I love that Rochelle Boyle switched sides because she was like, I'm not gonna listen to this shit anymore about you talking about girls. Like, so Heath and Manny being cheerleaders after like making fun of the girls being skaters, roller derby skaters. I don't even like know what the sport is called. Skater? Thought it was like scare. Is it supposed to be like skate? They could have done something better. Okay, and this movie also just has to deal with breaking tradition, so I like that. On to number 11, Great Scary Reef. I just watched this one before I filmed this video. I like mermaids a lot. I love mermaids. Mermaids are very pretty. I've always had a thing for mermaids since childhood. So I think this was the first time I watched this movie today. Like, I might have watched it once when I was younger, but I just didn't remember it at all. So today is like my first time like actually intaking what happens. It's a pretty good movie. This is where some of the plot holes come in. Like,
Okay, so in this movie there are three plot holes. The plot holes are, first of all, Great Scary Reef, it takes place in the school's pool because Toralei and Laguna get in a fight, like not a literal fight, like a punching fight, like a bickering fight, and then it makes the pool turn into a whirlpool. Toralei falls in, Laguna tries to save her, and then they all try to save Laguna to like pull them in, and then they go down the hole. And then they get to Great Scary Reef that way. But in Skull Shores, they were going to take a boat out to Great Scary Reef. So I'm licking my arm because it started to bleed. I'm going to put ointment on after. But I was just like, that makes no sense. Like, if they had to take a boat there in Skull Shores, why didn't they just like take a dunk in the pool if that's how you get to the Scary Reef? unless like the magic whirlpool took them out to the ocean. That doesn't really make sense. Also, Laguna doesn't have a fear, like a stage fright fear, because she's literally like a cheerleader and a swimmer. Like she goes in front of people all the time. So it just doesn't really make sense. There was also one more plot hole I was thinking of. I had it in my head. Remember the last plot hole? I think what I was gonna say was just like something along the lines of like they just changed up Laguna's character. Like it didn't really follow like the webisodes in like the previous movies, or like the like the movies made before it, like her character. I think that's all. If it comes back to me, I will put the last plot hole that I was thinking of. But I think that was pretty much it.
But I love Toralai's character growth. I think it's really cool that she is oh my god, my focus is very bad. I'm glad that she is coming around, being a nicer person. She actually understood that like what she did to Laguna was not good and like learned her lesson. But it's like they had to shove it in one of the last good Monster High movies, like up all the way into the last Monster High movie. They waited to make her character arc. Like also they never like go into depth with like Toralai's story. Like from what I remember in the webisodes and in the movies, like watching them again, there was nothing. So I didn't enjoy that because it's like, what caused her to grow from being a mean person? Like she obviously is still gossipy at the end of Great Scary Reef, but like 10 Boo York, which I did also watch today. The music in this movie is very good. It's very, very cute. Like the voice, like I thought it would be, they would have like more like a like childish kind of like singer, like more somebody who's like, who sounds younger, but like they had somebody who sounds like a grown-ass woman singing as Cammy Noir.
Literally every other character, because there was only one male singer and one female singer, so.
And kind of loved it. Like, also this one was like a musical. I wasn't a big fan of all the songs, like Deuce singing. No. I had to skip it. I was like, no. Yeah, Cammy Noir is so cute. I love her character. She's like a werecat or something. She's a nice voice, like I said. Luna Matthews, oh my god. I love her character. I'm scared of moths in real life. Like, they're scary as shit. But I love them in drawings and stuff. Very cool. And she's a very cool character. Also, Esther Nova. Esther Nova is very pretty. The Ever After High, like sneaky peeky that they're in the same university. That's fun. But we never got the Ever After High movie crossover. Let's continue on. This was a 10, so we'll continue on. Now we're on number 9, Haunted. I watched this the other night when I was going to bed. But this, I've seen this movie like a good amount of times, so I remember it very well, and I was watching it. Because I was awake watching it, because I had really bad pain, so I wasn't really falling asleep. But, love Spectre's ending speech. This one's really good. I love the ending speech, because it's just about, like, accountability, and I think that's a really good lesson, like, be accountable with yourself. This one, I've seen it, like, some, but I haven't watched it as much as the others that, like, are higher up. So, this one's just lower for that sake. One thing that bothered me about this movie that was really disgusting, anyway, one thing that bothered me about this movie was River Styx' voice. Because it was just so monotone. Maybe that's the point. Maybe they wanted her to sound monotone because she's like a Grim Reaper or something. I don't know. Really cool character idea though. They should have got a better voice actor, I'll say. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like, maybe it's like the point. And if that's the point, maybe I understand. But I don't know. It was very weird to me. I like this movie. It was a very nice movie. 8. Going to 8. Escape from School Shores. Okay, the outfits in this movie, I love them. They're all so cute. Such just really cute, like, tropical wear, and like they have really cute faces. Frankie's like black and white look, love it. The plot of this movie is very fast because it's a very short movie. It's like 45 minutes, so it's not even really a movie. It's kind of like just a short made for TV movie. I think it was like on Nickelodeon or something. But the plot is a little fast and simplistic. Like, it's not very, like, there's no real depth to this one. There's not really a message they were trying to portray, I guess. Maybe that, like, to be yourself, because of like Andy and his like transformation, like how, you know, Farnham like would always cover Kipling's face, so he was about to go back to Farnham so he could be covering up, but Frankie was like, no, Monster High is about acceptance. To literally every person ever, she says that same speech. Or like whoever is about to transfer to Monster High, it's like hinting at being a new student, they're like, oh my god, Monster High is about acceptance. like a whole dramatic speech, like, oh. But I liked this one. I thought it was just cute. I hated Gil in this movie though. Like Gil in this movie, like, Laguna should have just been like, then if you don't want to come, I'm taking you on a free vacay, bitch. Get the fuck out. Any man would want to be with me. Like, she should have just been like, Gil, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. There's like hot, like, I'm sure there's like hotter, richer, older mermen in Laguna, but Abby is always like the baddest bitch, saving the day with her ice powers. Like, she literally tricked the little like tiki dudes. Oh, I should also I forgot to mention that they have like indigenous people on this island, but they're just kind of like walking tikis, so that's just kind of like a smidgen of racism, but it's like, we're gonna let it slide. Yeah, we're just gonna scoot on past that. So yeah, so Abby, because the little tiki people are like above her, and her and Gulia and somebody else, can't remember who, they're all down in the pit, and they're like, we're hungry, and so they go, hiccup, 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 and they all link hands to like hand the girls food, and Abby's just like, Bizzoo, and then freezes them, and she walks up in like all her glory, and she saved the day. She didn't even leave the little people behind. She didn't leave them behind. She unfroze them, and she was like, you don't deserve to be treated this way. Why are you treating us this way? Why are you working for Farnham? And the tiki guys were like, please forgive us. And she was like, you better help us. So yeah, Abby's the baddest bitch. How did they not realize though that Farnham came to Monster High? Like, he was doing like a presentation, he was acting like a whole ass. Just a whole big like protruding ass. Just a big floating ass. No, he was acting like an asshole, and like taunting all the monsters. Like, how did the girls? They were like, he looks familiar. Like, y'all were just like held captive by this man, and you don't remember what he looks like? I'm sorry. That's just a little hard to believe. Yas claps for Kipling because he told off Farnham. He was like, I am not gonna listen to you no more. Not anymore. And he turned to Monster High too. And he also got a couple little lady friends who were like, ooh, who is that new student? He's cute. So good for him. We're on to number 7. Frights, Camera, Action. I liked this movie. I only wrote one note for this movie, but I really liked this movie, so I'll just go off of my brain. I liked how this was like a random crew for this movie. Like, this wasn't the same crew for every movie. Like, I don't think Frankie was involved in this one. I don't think Cleo wasn't involved. So I like how it was like Claudine and her sister and Dracula trying to find Elizabeth to get her to help the Transylvanian citizens so they could get out of their, like, basically a dictatorship. Like a dictatorship, because this man doesn't want change for the Transylvanians. He doesn't want well, I shouldn't say Transylvanians. I should say the vampires. The vampires, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. The vampires, he wants them to remain just as like a segregated species, like above everybody, and to like rule over other monsters. And like he wants to like manipulate Dracula into doing his dirty work. Like, what a dirty man. So she wanted to find Elizabeth to help save the vampire kingdom, because the vampire's heart, they need to find the vampire's heart in order to make sure that, like, well, I don't think they had to find the vampire's heart. They were just trying to find Elizabeth so they could, because I think they were like trying to find the vampire's heart to figure out who was the vampire queen, but then they figured out it was Elizabeth because she was writing to Dracula and trying to run away. But instead of Dracula finding these notes, because, you know, what was Elizabeth doing? Just hiding out? Who knows? We'll talk about that. But Dracula found these notes. So she finds her way to this actress. I don't remember her name, but basically it's Elizabeth in disguise. And they're talking about Elizabeth in the third person as if she doesn't look the exact same with white hair. So, like, it's pretty funny. It's like it's like really funny that like they're just like talking about her in the third person. Like, at first I didn't really realize, because it's kind of hard to tell in the movie and stuff from like the photos, because they make Elizabeth look like a little nerdy, like, old girl. But it was a pretty good movie. Like, I enjoyed it. Honey Swamp, Viperine, and there was a third one. I'll throw the third one up, like the name and stuff, but in Viperine and Honey Swamp, oh my god, they're like are very good characters. They're very, very cool characters. I want their dolls so bad. I only have one Monster High. Do you see her? Scarce Abby, because I thought she was pretty and my boyfriend bought her for me. So, moving on. Scarcity of Fright. Very, very cute. Rochelle's story with Garrett. I think that's his name. It's so cute. Her like little like custom made roses. Like, so cute. I really liked Cleo and Claudine's friendship in this movie because it was very cute. Because Cleo was like, you are amazing. You will succeed. And it's like, I feel like that's like very special coming from Cleo, because she's like very cold a lot, and yet she doesn't show her love and her appreciation for very many people's talents, but she sees talent in Claudine. She's like, you fucking go, bitch. You go. And I love that. Very cute. Also, I love Scalita and Jeannie Fire, I don't know how to say it. Like, having culturally based backgrounds in their monster lore. Also like that with Honey Swamp too, and her textured hair and her Louisiana background. Love that. I also love Heath in a skirt. Heath was in a skirt in this. Just Monster High always just rejecting gender norms. We're into the final 5. Why do ghouls fall in love? This one is in the top 5 because I don't. It's just such a cute movie. I love it. Okay, I like this movie starts. It kicks off the new animation style of Monster High. The CGI, very controversial. People loved it or hated it. Claude is such a sweet boyfriend in this movie. Like, he's very cute, very affectionate, and I think that's the point, to show like how cute and loving the relationship is, to show that love defies all. But also in the beginning she has like these really cute like fantasies about Claude. I think that's very cute, just to show how like dramatic Dracula is, and like high maintenance, I guess. But I love Cupid's introduction in this movie and her plot of having her own advice show. I think that's very cute. But also it's like, what is Monster High for? Like, do they learn a single thing? Because like these kids just show up, they walk around the catacombs, they like have random parties, like all night they stay at the school. Like, who closes the school up? Do some of the students just like live there? Like, what is going on? Like, Operetta, never seen her leave the catacombs, go to school, nothing. What is her GPA? It's gotta be like 1. Or scare point average. Valentine, Kiernan Valentine, I think his name is. He is very cute. He's a very cute guy. I always thought he was a cutie. I know he's supposed to be gay, but let my childhood self just say he's a very cute guy. But good for him. I'm supposed to be gay because of Garrett Sanders, the creator, confirming that. But like, I feel like they took away a lot of those like cues, because like I didn't really get gay. It's cute to see how Claude actually loves Dracula though. Like, there's like a montage where it's juxtaposed to like Kiernan's actual love, and it's like how like a manipulator can use like actual love to like manipulate, but like actual love and manipulative love is like so hard to see through, I guess. I think that was cool. Claude bought her the 1600 necklace at the end of the movie that he was looking at. Like, good for him. Like, he learned like to not give like the worst gifts, but he also learned to give loving gifts that mean something. For new ghoul at school, I'm not even gonna go into like the super synopsis of this. This is literally like the first introduction to Frankie Stein we get. It's like a 20-minute special. Nothing special about it other than it's like the start to Monster High. Like, it's gonna be in the top 5. Like, it's very cute. It's very like campy, I guess we would call it. Like, it's very like 2000s Mean Girl like movie type. I love it. It's very cute. And then on to number 3, Fright On. It's a lot longer than the first movie, New Ghoul at School. Like the last one I just said, like the first actual movie. I like the metaphors and topics, like on segregation. It like kind of tackles it in a way for like children to be able to digest it, but it's also taught in like a metaphorical way where it's not like directly saying it, you know? So like when you're a little bit older, you can like dissect that more in like the form of monsters, you know? And it shows Dracula's and Claudine's like kind of distaste for wanting the like schools to merge, because not that they hate each other or anything, it's just they know what will happen, like the separation and stuff, so they're just kind of scared for that, and it even gets between them. So I understand why they were like scared for that to happen, but in the end it's a very good message to show that like after all, segregation is not, like, who needs that? But it is just so manipulative. Like, it's like shows that bigger forces are usually the ones that cause segregation, cause people to divide and hate each other. So yeah, We're in the top 2 now. The second to last one, 13 Wishes. I'm pretty sure this was the first Monster High movie I'd ever seen, and this is, I don't really like my stepmother very much. Not sorry if you see this. You know I don't like you, we don't talk. Anyway, but a nice memory of her is she did rent this movie for me once, so I will thank you for that. But I do love this movie. Very good movie. It's one of my favorites, obviously, just because it's very nostalgic for me. And I just like the storyline. I love Wisp, very cool character. I love its ties to Ever After High, because I've been starting to watch Ever After High. I want to start collecting those dolls, so I want to know the story. Don't judge me. I love how Deuce still likes Cleo when she's literally forgotten about. Like, Halloween wishes for her to not be popular, and like Deuce is still like, hey. It's just very funny. Also, Abby in black clothes, like they're like shadow versions. Oh, so cute. They had such cute outfits. I wish they would have had like shadow version dolls. I might have to do that. I might have to customize shadow dolls. I will do that when I have like a job and money to get extra dolls. I will do that. I will do that for you guys. But anyway, introduction to Cammy Noir in this movie. I might have said that there was an introduction to Cammy Noir a while back in Boo York, Boo York. If I said that, I was incorrect. But it was more of like an introduction to like her being in like an actual movie, you know? But yeah, this was her actual kind of introduction in the movies. I won't say for the webisodes, I don't remember that. Anyway, now, the number 1 Monster High movie is, in my opinion, that's my opinion! School Thrill! I love this movie. I just loved this, like, watching this movie. Like, I was just thinking back on, like, what movie I enjoyed to watch the most, and this was it. This was the movie I enjoyed to watch the most, because it was just, like, really funny. There was just a lot of funny moments in this movie. I loved that it was a Halloween movie. I love Operetta's part in here. The furthering backstory on all of the monsters' scaritages. I loved Abby protecting Heath, because me and my boyfriend dressed up as Abby and Heath, so I always have a connection to Abby and Heath's relationship, because it just makes me think of me and Landon. Ew, it's so ugly. Okay, anyway. But Manny making fun of Heath ruined that cute little moment of Abby protecting him in the beginning, but they made up for it in the end, so it's okay. It's cool to see Cleo's backstory progress. Like I said, everybody's backstory progresses in this movie because it's about scaritages, but it shows that Cleo's only reason for being like a very dominating force, one of them, like obviously she's like a Leo, like her sister being an asshole to her and her dad pushing so hard at her is like why she's such a dominating force. I think it's very cool to see why she's like that. Like obviously that's very shown in the webisodes, but I'm talking about movies. It's also sad to see Jackson being hated on for being like a hybrid, kind of like he isn't actually a monster, but he is, because he's half. Like he's still a monster, he's just half not, so it makes him a little different. But it doesn't make him different from the fact that he is a monster, you know what I mean? So he's only allowed to be accepted as Holt, which I think sucks. Also, Claire, that's the only thing I have to say. I was literally like laughing so hard when that scene came on. She was like, Yeah, the only reason I'm here is because my friend Chad made me stay.
This kind of stuff isn't really my thing. I'm only here because my friend Chad made me come. Ugh.
Like, I was like actually cackling. I was like 12 at night. And I cackled in my house. Very funny. So in this movie, Van Helsing makes a return, but in 3D. Also as a young girl because it's his niece. It's a Van Helsing niece in the family. The bloodline continued. And she actually has some redemption. She has a redemption arc. She doesn't get fucked over in the end because she actually comes to her senses. But Lilith sees the cracks in her own ideologies. So she starts to feel bad for what she's done, take accountability, and try to go to the police and be like, I lied. Ah! And they were just like, y'all think we give a shit? And they were like, oh, well, we're gonna help him. So they all helped him, and everybody was safe. I think I am done with this video. So yeah, I think we'll run back through the list one more time so you remember which ones were in order. 15, Welcome to Monster High. 14, Electrified. 13, Freaky Fusion. 12, Friday Night Frights. 11, Great Scary Reef. 10, Boo York, Boo York. 9, Haunted. 8, Escape from School Shores. 7, Frights, Camera, Action. 6, Scarus City of Frights. 5, Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love? 4, New Ghouls in School. 3, Fright On. 2, 13 Wishes. 1, Ghouls Roo. This video was very fun to compile because it was just watching fun movies and writing down my opinions basically. I should have scripted it a little bit better so it could be a little bit more on pace, I think. But I think with editing, I think it'll be a very fun video to follow and watch. So if you stayed until the end, thank you. And if you didn't, well, I mean, you're obviously not here, so it's clearly just the people who stayed to the end. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, thank you. If you didn't, fuck you. If you don't like it. So I'm gonna go. Bye.